I'm very curious.
Hey, I switched over the screens.
Like I said, no one. I hate that you do that to me every week. You just.
You know, Critical Role does their stuff. I do this. You're the one that makes me in charge of streaming.
You know, Ben, it would be worse if she only showed your camera, and so we didn't see what we were doing that you could see,
so what you're, so,
because we could absolutely do that. I mean, that is possible to set this up so that they can't see what we're doing and only you.
So what you're saying is I should focus on Ben like that.
so when the load screen's up, you're just gonna phase it in sometime, and it's just gonna be me with whatever nonsense that I have going on.
Yep. And they won't even notice us in the background.
See, look, I got you on the main screen now.
Oh, you can't. Okay, I gotcha.
Mhm.
All right.
I'll just
Well-
have to create another overlay to cover up us on the side, and then we'll be fine.
Just for the opening, like, just
Mhm.
all right. This is your moment of Ben nonsense for the day,
Do you,
but
keep,
it'll just happen randomly. Like,
do you keep
I'll-
these
I'll-
moments on the YouTube videos?
I do actually.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I keep. I do very little editing. Only if there's something that I feel is really disruptive, or if, for instance, really choppy, or if like we had like a moment where like it's like, you know, if there's something like. But anyway, everybody, good evening on this amazing Thursday night in August. It is episode 11. We have aired 11 episodes of our Dungeons and Dragons Eberron campaign, which is, if you want my opinion, has been absolutely fantastic. We have also broke the 50 follower threshold here at Heart of the Game on Twitch. And not only that, we broke the 100 subscriber threshold over on YouTube, which for us is a big deal mentally. We are really, really excited about that. We are. I don't know what you guys are doing right now. But anyway, we at Heart of the Game, you know, we're just really happy. We are in Western New York. If you are wondering, so we we started these things for those who are new, the YouTube, Twitch, streaming stuff like that, because we just want to get more awareness of our store out there. We wanted to bring the game store back out to people who otherwise, you know, maybe you can't get out because of COVID right now. You know, all sorts of things could be a reason. Maybe you don't have a local game store in your neighborhood. Where I grew up, there was no local game store for me to go to. And so hopefully we can bring that kind of feeling out to all of you who take the time to watch us every week here or over on YouTube. We really, really appreciate it. To fill you in, I am Dungeon Master Benjamin, and my players are Patrick, who is playing Randall the Agile, the Dwarven Paladin of the Silver Flame.
Howdy, folks.
And we have Ashley, the Tiefling Rogue Swashbuckler named Navari.
Hello.
So if you're just joining us, maybe you didn't get a chance to check the YouTube channel to catch up if you didn't see last week's episode. I just wanted to let you know what happened. They finally got their invitation, their mask. They did some investigating and found out that they're very confident Lucin is a vampire, and our players went to the party.
Well, no, Ben.
The
We
masquerade
stalled.
party.
Our rogue stalled for like an
yeah.
hour,
We
and
had
then we went to the party.
Oh no,
Hey.
it's both of you.
we found out they stole a coffin, so we need to find another coffin. I think that was good stalling. Like we
That is fair.
accomplished something. Well, stalling.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I agree. You discovered more information, which is fantastic. You learned that your enemy is in fact a vampire, and you got to go to a very fancy party, and of course, run into your best friend in the entire world, Randall. Phelan was there, who did not quite recognize you. I actually didn't recognize either of you.
I wonder why. Is it because I wasn't a tiefling?
yeah, absolutely. And then you guys proceeded to, mingle with different people. You danced, you drank, you enjoyed some good food
Got to
until
dance with a very pretty lady.
until
You didn't dance with me.
until Lucin brought Navari, who he didn't know was Navari, who he thought was Luna, to the dance floor.
Forgot I said that with my name. Hold on, let me write
Yeah,
that
you might
down.
want to keep track of your
Your
aliases.
aliases.
My aliases. Okay. Luna Stone.
Since he is carrying an artifact that is quite powerful, he unfortunately seems to have made a decision to take a hostage that he feels would be an easy hostage, not realizing that Luna is actually Navari, someone that he has encountered before, and was able to disrupt their plans a little bit. So we're going to open up. I'm going to just have everybody to help track everything's going on. We're going to start with initiative.
Did you get a 1 again?
For the first time, lass, I didn't. I didn't roll badly on initiative. I'm so proud of myself right now.
I'm proud of you too.
I'm gonna laugh if I'm faster than you.
Oh, you're definitely not going to be faster than me.
Did you crit?
23.
Damn.
I
rolled one shy of the max I could possibly roll on initiative.
I rolled a 16 plus 4 plus 3.
Why do you get an extra +3?
Swashbuckler,
She
you
gets
can
to
add
add
charisma.
modifier to her initiative rolls.
What? That's how I normally get like way ahead of you, even if I roll really low.
You know what you need now? The alert feat.
So nothing can surprise you. Is
And
that what it
then
does?
you also get an extra +5 as well to your initiative
Yeah.
roll.
So I always go first.
Ashley would always go first. What did you get there, Randall?
18.
What?
Damn Skippy Mover. I am not slow today. I saw me companion in trouble and I'm going for her.
It's the armor. It slowed you down before, but now you're not wearing it.
What do you mean? I'm
Not
still
the
wearing my
same,
armor.
anyway.
I thought you were wearing the not wearing the like big armor.
Yeah, I'm wearing plate mail still.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm still wearing my armor too.
Also, as a point of reference, as a dwarf, my armor does not slow. Actually, my weight can never slow me down. I am
Whoa.
always at the same speed.
Whoa.
Alrighty then. So as I stated, after the lovely dance that Lucin and Luna, who is actually Navari in disguise, shared out on the floor, the music ended, and Lucin was very polite, and he drew his blade and kind
In a
of like
polite manner.
in a polite way, and he apologized as he took the blade. Literally, he pulled it out of essentially his glove, of like a pocket dimension that was hidden in his glove. So it was kind of like, he rested right upside Luna's neck. So Navari, aka Luna, what would you like to do?
Customarily, women would scream in this situation if you'd like to play it off.
Can I do that, but also hold an action to disengage? Can I do that as rogue?
Absolutely, yeah.
You don't even have to hold an action. You could just bonus action with a cunning move.
Well, I want to wait to see if what he does first.
So,
If that
Navari, just as a point of reference, I would probably, if you're gonna do that,
You should dodge.
dodge.
take the dodge action,
Yep.
and then hold your action as to be used as movement, because once you
okay.
get out of your turn order, you won't be able to use it for anything to you'll either attack or you'll run.
Okay, can I do what he said then?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's absolutely. So now you want to act like you're scared.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you roll a deception check to see if you could fool him.
And no advantage, because
No, not for this. The disguise is the only thing that's like giving you the option to try to trick him. Because once he realizes who you are,
well, I'm pretty sure he realizes who I am, because I just rolled a natural 1.
so I'm just picturing it as Ashley's character.
I just don't.
Is like-
I don't react.
like overacting is like what I'm picturing, because you're like you're never in this position where you have to act like you're in terrible fear. So I'm just imagining you like,
It's either horrible overacting or horrible underacting, where it's, oh no, I'm in trouble.
oh
What now?
gasp,
Oh,
whatever
gasp.
will I do?
It's not
Yeah.
like this. It's not like this has ever happened before.
As she's sipping some wine that she happens to have pulled from nowhere. She's got a wine skin. She's just like, oh no.
Held hostage again. I'm in so much fear.
Oh, not again.
You know, this gets really old after a while. After the first, like, few times. Should really hire some bodyguards.
As Randall comes running up.
So next in initiative order, I want you guys to make perception checks, please. to see
It's
if-
what's her face?
Oh my god, this dice is on fire! This place is on fire! 19.
Nice.
And I have 0 modifiers, so.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
I rolled, like,
Shibari,
well
your
before.
attention is really focused on the situation with Lucen. The crowd is all like,
Yeah.
look, it's like, oh my god, he has a sword. Where did that come from? Whereas Randall, you're a lot more. You know, you're off to the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
weren't on the
standing with a
dance
really
floor,
pretty
So
lady.
you're like, oh my god.
I was on
still
the
gotta
dance floor.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
he
You
was
were dancing too, but you're in a position because you're not being threatened, so you're kind of more observant right now. You notice another woman. She appears to be making her way through the crowd to the situation, whereas most people are in a process of trying to get away. She is working her way towards it, and she wears an owl mask.
It's not
And it's
the
your
blue
turn,
one?
Randall. So what would you like to do?
It's not the blue dragon. What does the mask cover her whole head or just her
Yes.
face? And there's no hair or anything coming out from underneath it, right? Like,
No. She has it in such a way so it's like tucked up, like
Okay.
a hood kind of thing. So it's like her head is an owl.
hmm.
If cards don't
Rando's
get
only-
involved.
Randall's only good at 2 things, lass. Smashing stuff or trying to defuse a situation.
I mean, I can get away either way.
Well, that's not the issue. So
You also
everybody
can't
else
talk
is
to the crowd.
gasping,
Gasp. Oh my
and
god.
I don't know. You know what? With as part of my free action, Ben, since I'm
Mhm.
standing next to the the person running this place, I can't
Okay.
remember her name now. Naya.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I asked Naya, "Do you know who that lady is, or who's under that mask?"
She looks at you and she's like, "Actually, I don't know. I didn't speak with her at all tonight. It's very
Just a-
peculiar. She's not one of my agents."
Not one of your agents, is she? Good to
No.
know. And I walk up. I'm gonna make a beeline for her,
Okay.
and I'm basically gonna use my net, and I'm gonna capture her.
So you're gonna approach her and you're gonna reach into your
I'm gonna reach into one of my
the puffy
suspiciously
shirt,
deep pockets. Yeah,
suspiciously
just-
puffed up shirt.
and you're just gonna see a freaking rope net come out and be like, "What you up to, lass?" Ha!
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Is
let's
she
see here.
expecting it? Is she surprised?
Oh
I
my
would-
god!
Are you rolling great?
19s in a row on this die. +6, 24.
Can I have your
Whoa.
dice?
So you throw the net at her, and she gets immediately entangled and she
It
just
takes she
seems
takes 4 damage.
furious about this whole thing.
I immediately run up to her after throwing the net, and I'm gonna try to remove the mask to uncover who it is.
Okay.
Watch out be someone that was trying to help us.
Go ahead and just
If it is, I'm gonna remove the net, but I want to make sure
okay.
before
Yeah. So run up. You run up to her and you pull the mask, and immediately spills out her long red hair, and
Oh.
she just like stares daggers into you because you.
and I look at
immediately-
her, and you just see
You
I-
immediately recognize her,
as
and she's
soon
like,
as soon as she looks at this like lavishly looking dwarf,
Yeah.
I immediately will the spell to just end.
Yes.
And you just see Randall standing with a wide ass grin going, "Oh, thought you were a sneaky, huh?" And you just see him holding a small like throwing hammer going, "We're about to have some fun, you and I." That's my turn.
All right. So as the crowd is trying to disperse along with Nea, she's also looking to try to get to like a safer vantage point. Guards from the outside, you can hear shouting, like, because people are screaming, they're gasping. They're like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on? There's this guy with a sword, and it's turning into chaos, and it's getting very hectic and very dangerous right now." So you could hear shouts of people calling for help. You could see a couple of the patrons have removed their mask, and they appear to also be trying to get through to the dangers if maybe they're agents of Nea's. They could be whatever their motivation is right now, which you can't infer from what they're not close
It's
enough.
unclear.
It's unclear, but they're trying to get to the danger. So there's some other people. There's a lot of people are trying to go out. So like there's people tripping, falling, screaming, panicking, glasses crashing. Phelan is trying. You could catch him out of the corner of your eye, doing everything he can. He's actually trying to like scoop up a little more food before he makes his break for it, because he's like, I don't want to be around this stuff.
No,
this
come
is,
back. I need to not owe 20 gold.
You don't want to mess around with what's going on here, kind of thing. And then Lucen seems to speak, but it's almost as if the sound isn't directly coming from him, but it's like he's listening, like he hears a voice, but you guys can't hear it. And he's still looking over at Navari, and he says, "Miss, I hate to do this to you, but I am going to have to ask you to come with me." And he reaches out to grab at your wrist, but you are well prepared and pull away with a lightning reflex, which catches him off guard. Navari, what would you like to do?
Mm, mm. That's an excellent question. I expected him to try and kill me.
Apparently, he just wants a hostage for some purpose that we don't yet know.
Should I go with him?
Well, I've got a keen eye on you, so I don't think he can outmaneuver. Like, he can't get you out of this place without me seeing him.
Yeah.
And I'll be hot on your heels as soon as I'm done
Were you
dealing
just
with
pointing at your
Casty.
teeth, Ben?
I'm just motioning to perhaps why a blood-drinking vampire might want a
that's true.
hostage.
True.
Couldn't have anything to do with the fact that we screwed him up on the road and he's a little thirsty.
Maybe. And a little bit crazy for some like that he's willing to act
This way in this place.
yeah, to act openly aggressive.
It's up to you, Ash, but I'd be careful. It is a vampire, as Ben made
True.
a point to say.
Can
And
I?
when they grapple, that's when they can do certain things to you.
Oh, that's true. Can I, just... Can I try... Is there any way for me to get advantage on attack from him? Like, because he doesn't suspect me?
I will absolutely grant you advantage on your attack.
Sick.
Because of the disguise. Yeah, absolutely. Because he does not perceive you as a threat.
And that means I can use Elven accuracy, too.
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be his mistake.
Yes, it is.
Cut off the arm that's holding the sword. Or the glove. Either one.
23 to hit. And if I have 2 daggers, do I get 2 attacks? Question mark? Or no?
Only with the first attack, I'm going to give you advantage on
Okay.
this. So go ahead and roll that one.
And sneak attack for that one, too.
And you get your sneak attack damage, yep.
Sadly, it's only with a dagger. But also, sneak attack is 2d6. Hmm. 11 damage, and then try and hit the second one. It misses. It's only like a 9. And can I fancy footwork away from him?
Yeah.
And be like, no thanks, I'm good. And also then drop my disguise, because, you know.
Oh,
There's
sure,
no
yeah.
point now. Be like...
So you...
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go on.
so you take your dagger, you whip it out,
Like behind my
slide
back.
it into him, take the second one, jam him, pull both your blades, almost like swinging the blood off of them. And as you take your like basically gotta make this elegant twirl, dropping your magical disguise, and then
I
he
take
realizes,
the mask
he
off
says,
too.
he shouts, "It's them from the road! Those who stand in the way of Karnath's glorious rebirth." And you could hear his sister's voice shouting from across the room. She says, "Yes, the very ugly dwarf is right next to me." And she's in the net, and she makes no effort to get out of it.
Correct.
But she does raise her hand.
Of course.
And fires off a cluster of green...
Out of curiosity, before you do that, she's casting magic, correct?
Yeah.
Does the magic
the
require any like not semantic, because it's semantic,
visual,
what are they? Verbal, semantic, and something else. But does it require movement of any kind?
I am going to confirm that it does, and I'm
'Cause if
making
it-
her roll to see if it's possible.
Well, because the reason I say this is because the net class, when she is captured by the net, she is classified as restrained. Yeah.
Aww.
So, like, if it required just verbal and material components, that'd be one thing. But if it requires semantic, then she's gonna be SOL, because she can't move well enough to form those gestures under that net. It's a really heavy net. I laced it with lead.
Okay, so what she does is she makes a quick incantation, and there's a poof of black smoke.
Of course.
She completely vanishes, and you
Do
look
it.
up above, and you can see this railing that's maybe 12 feet off the floor, kind of like a balcony-ish area, and she is standing up there looking down upon you.
Oh, good.
I love that she's still helping him, even though he ditched her.
Yeah. And Randall almost killed her the first time they met. That's why she's helping.
I had her whole first couple turns planned out, and then you just kind of threw me off a little bit. So I'm like, oh shoot, what's she gonna do now?
Quick,
And
back to the troll.
From up on the balcony, she fires down a fiery bolt, which strikes Randall with a bolt of flame for 17 points of damage.
He has the band.
8 points of fiery damage. Got it.
Yep, because you do have your resistance. And she screams down once again, says, "Lucan, get out of here! I'll take care of the rest of these, including that meddling woman."
Do you wave?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do.
Randall, what would you like to do?
If Ben allows it.
Can I get close to Sir Douchebag?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah? You see Randall casually walking over and pulling the backpack that he still has, and he reaches into one of the impossibly deep pockets and produces a sack of javelins, and he snaps that to his hip, and he pulls out a javelin, and he's like, "Let's go, buddy." And he's gonna run in and use it like a spear on this guy. Oh man.
All right, go for it.
Let's see here. So, and because I'm gonna close the gap and make it so that because he's being harried by Navari. Oh my god, this die is amazing. 19 again.
Nice.
So 19 plus 6 is another 24 to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be 1d6, and I am going to throw in one of my holy smites. So d6 plus 3d8.
Okay.
If only the damage was as kind. That's 10 points of damage. 4 with just the javelin, and then another 6 of divine or
Okay.
radiant damage,
Yep.
and then an additional 4 damage for my strength. So yeah, 14 total.
Okay.
I just wasn't sure he might have damage resistances, so I want to make sure that.
Yes. Just let me know what you're doing that's like from the divine damage. The rest of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So he takes the hit in kind from your javelin.
Well, I
kind of
stabbed him with it
grins.
and retreated.
Oh, you like okay.
I'm sitting next to him with the javelin like a spear and going, yeah.
Awful, just awful.
Yeah, you think you're running? You're gonna have to try really hard. Where do you think you're going? You just see Randall. Where do you think you're off to, lad?
And as you look around the room, you notice that a lot of the crowd has started, is getting through the doors, but they're still pushing and shoving. And some of these other characters that appear to be guards, their eyes appear to be glossed over, as if they're under some kind of a trance.
Knew it.
Yeah, they're probably under his.
And they
control.
begin approaching Navari and you, Randall.
Mm-hmm.
The first one comes up. You feel his arms wrap you up from behind, Randall. Go ahead and roll me an opposed strength check, please.
Oh, is it not athletics?
Athletics, yeah. You just have to assume that
No,
I'm going to ask for the wrong thing every time.
I know, but that's why I'm clarifying to make sure that we're going right. So I could use athletics or acrobatics to try and avoid it, but athletics is
Acrobatics is really good.
Oh, not bad. You just that's a 19.
Oh, nice. So as he wraps up behind you, you do a quick twist and kind of toss him over your shoulder onto the ground, and he just lays there for a second, like he just made a really bad choice. Whereas Navari, one of them comes up behind you and grabs your arm. Go ahead and you as well roll a either acrobatics or athletics check to avoid being grabbed.
I'm gonna do acrobatics because I'm not strong. Acrobatics 17.
And you easily slip away from his attempts. You basically just feel the tips of his fingers, and you were just so quick and ready to avoid him. You pulled away, clearing it completely, and he kind of stands there dumbfounded. Whereas 2 more come in from another doorway. So there's 4 total, and they all appear to have a glossed over face to them, as if they're under some kind of control. Like a domination effect.
Not good. We're outnumbered.
You hear Naya shouting from the doorway as she backed up, and she screams. She's like, "What's wrong? Those are the ones you want to attack. Those over there," pointing at Lucan, and then up at the balcony at Grisilla. Lucan is going to, if Randall, you are in range to opportunity attack him, and he's going to take it. He's going to just.
So is technically Navari.
No, she
I
backpedaled
fancy
away.
footwork.
Oh,
away.
you backed
She
it.
fancy footworked
you
away.
Monster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to get grabbed. You even told me, yo.
So
vampire.
my question is to you, Ben. Is there a way to forego as a reaction to either try and trip him and make him go prone, or to stop him and forego the attack, like to grab him instead, like he tried to do to Navari?
Yeah, I'll allow you to try to just shove him down instead.
Okay. So do you want just a straight strength check, or what do you want for that?
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay. That is going to be a 16. This guy is rolling so well tonight, though.
Really good. So basically, you what are you doing to trip him? I should
I'm
ask.
basically if he's walking past me to get out, I'm literally trying to grab his wrist at the same time, put my foot out, and pull him forward onto my foot.
Oh, kind of like a takedown, like a quick takedown kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then I can jump on his back and stab him all I want, like a glee happy kid.
Yeah.
In a Chuck E. Cheese.
So you grab a hold of his wrist and pull him towards you. He doesn't hit the ground, but he kind of gives you this, look, and he's swings his blade at you. and the sword. I should have bookmarked this page.
Oh, he's hitting you with the relic sword.
Yeah, I'm curious what it does.
I mean, I was too, but
The sword hits you.
Really? I have a
Yeah,
high AC. I need to start carrying a shield, I guess.
You're what, 21?
No, 19. I wish I
Okay.
was 21.
Yeah, because I
21 if I carry the shield.
rolled really good.
Great.
That's why you got hit. And the blade is exceedingly sharp, and it cuts through you with like just a searing pain. However, that doesn't seem to do too much damage to you. You only take 7 points of damage from the blow.
I look at him like the Black Knight from Monty Python and go, "'Tis a flesh wound."
It hurts a lot, and it appears to be a deep cut, which is, like potentially will need like attention later. As if like there's something about this weapon that is just razor sharp to it.
Right.
And he just kind of laughs for a moment. And he says, "Please, don't just stop getting in my way and in the way of Karnath's destiny."
Yeah, give back the thing you stole and we could be done with this, lad. I don't care where you go. I just need to take back what you stole.
I am simply returning an item to its rightful home. Do not waste any more of my time, or else my sister, well, she's ready to do what needs to be done.
I've got one of these pointy sticks for her too if it needs to be doing.
Okay. All right, Navari, on that, it is your turn.
I also trust my partner.
So we have people, 4 guards
Carrying
around
everything.
us. We have Lady up top. And
Like a freaking wizard turret. I mean, it's up to you where you want to go, but I would say the more deadly threat that we're facing at the moment is definitely having her up there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because I don't know what level these guys are or how much magic she has, but it's not good.
Is there any way to get up there, Ben?
You guys would have to go around out of the room and hit the stairwell to get up to there. She used Misty Step, so she was able to just teleport.
Sounds like a long way.
You can move 90 feet in a single turn if you had to, Ash. Just an FYI.
I can move 90 feet in a single turn.
Because you're a rogue. You have cunning action. Cunning action allows you to dash, disengage, or dodge as a bonus, which means you can dash twice per turn.
Oh shoot! How much feet does it take to get up there? Ben.
150.
It'll take you 2 turns to get up there, but the second turn you'll be able to close the distance and stab her.
Yeah, but you also have vampire and 4 guards with you.
You mean the ones trying to grapple me and they're laying on the floor around me, lass? I don't look concerned.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do that.
Bend over there. Like, I hate you so much right now, Randall.
I guess I'll use the 90 feet to start my way up there to go play with the sister, since I know she just loves me so much.
So you fight your way through the ocean of people, and
I'm just picturing the bar running across their heads.
No, she's not that. Like, she's not an elf in Peter Jackson's movies.
No, she's a rogue.
Yeah, no, she's like basically maneuvers her way through the ocean of people. Like I said, most of them had dissipated. She makes a few turns. She gets to this beautiful staircase that leads up, and she gets about halfway up at this turn. So she can still hear what's going on. It's going to be a bit muffled, but she can't see anything that's going on in the room.
Good luck, Randall.
Have faith, lass. Have
Priscilla
faith.
looks down at the floor and she says, brother, Must I always be the one to get you out of trouble? And she does a quick gesture and enchantment, and you see this small glowing orange orb fly from her fingertips into the center of the room. Randall, you and the guys who are under the control of the bad guy and the bad guy.
Yeah, out of curiosity, when they take damage, do they get to try again? When it's from
if they
their ally?
live.
Yeah, well.
Hashtag if they live.
Hashtag not my fault they got charmed first. And I ain't high enough level to revivify all of them. Though they are rich enough to spend the diamonds for me to revivify them.
They have a church.
Oh, nice. 16.
So Randall the Agile lives up to his name and dances gracefully behind a table that just was close by to the edge of the dance floor. So you're only going to be subjected to 21 points of fire damage.
So 10 points of fire damage. Got
Correct. The 4 guards, however, all of them just get obliterated. Each of them is lying on the ground. A couple of them appear to still be breathing after the flash and explosion. And Lucan as well seems to be inconvenienced by the fire, but he is somebody who's just, empowered right now.
Out of curiosity, yeah, because I was basically the same thing. It would have looked like I was inconvenienced by this fire, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm singed, my beard looks a little worse for the wear, but it's kind of like, all right, lass.
Yeah.
I got your number.
Yep. Yep, Bruce Willis did.
Yeah, absolutely. I just ran across a room full of glass barefoot.
Yeah. And
all the backflips.
Lucan looks over at you and kind of like scoffs. Like he has this like look on his face of like, I don't have time for this stupidity. And he is going to
I don't like it that he had to go to the book for this.
It's really rough because like I'm pretty good about knowing what everything does, but and he looks at Randall.
That's okay. He'll see it when he goes back to the VOD.
Okay. He looks at you, Randall. And he starts kind of like whispering very gently, very softly. And you start to feel like, wait a second, this guy isn't so bad. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
It's when you wish you were an elf. Or Fey ancestry.
13?
Okay. He then turns and just starts to walk away after he just says, Randall, don't wait up.
I'm not into men.
And he turns and walks away, and you just are watching him leave as he uses his whole turn to go 30 feet towards the door.
Is it the same door I'm going toward?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he's going out a different door, probably towards where the servants are.
Yep.
Did the spell take its effect or whatever? Because I know he had cleared distance from me before. After he slashed me, I thought he moved away from me. Because I tried to stop him from moving, and I failed.
Yes, you are charmed by him.
It's so charming.
Although that booty is pretty delicious. Well, I've got other business to deal with.
Now, however, you have no compulsion to look at his sister in
I know.
In a favorable way. So just keep,
I know. No, that's why I said that. I was like, yeah, well, whatever about him. Let's go deal with the other one.
Yep. So Navari, you're gonna continue your turn. So you run
She's
up the
gonna get us.
stairs,
I was gonna say, she
turn
gets up
the
there. There's
corner.
5 javelins in him.
And you are behind his sister. So you see the woman with the red hair. She's standing at the balcony looking down over things. You just catch Randall just kind of like stop for a moment, turn his back to Lucen, and look up at her as if she's the only thing that matters to deal with right now, as Lucen just begins to almost casually, nonchalantly begin to walk out. So Navari, you still have either another move or your action that you can take right now.
Can I sneak behind her and stab her?
I was gonna say, how much movement did she need to get where she was to be close enough to her?
So it would have been about. It was going to use her whole move, and then the bonus action to get the extra move. It was going to use some of it.
Yeah.
So she did have to, unfortunately, burn through.
Yeah. So she doesn't have anything other than attack, basically.
Yeah, but if you're 1-on-1, you could still like get sneak attack on her.
Yeah.
As far because you are a swashbuckler, so you're geared to dueling people.
And her back is facing me, right?
Yes.
Am I close enough to stab, or do I have to throw the dagger?
No, you could get close enough. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. So he said 150 feet to get to her. You move 90 the first turn. You move 60 using your move and bonus.
Yep.
So that closed the distance.
It's basically you just did like a dead sprint up the stairs around the corner, because it's pretty easy to figure out where somebody is in a place like this. It's not like it's a maze or anything. It's not like a complex.
So basically, I got my leg day in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, but you only did like 1 rep.
Oh, okay. I'll work on the rest later.
Yeah.
Can I just come up behind her because she's not looking, and just stab her?
Yeah, go for it.
No advantage or anything?
Nope, no advantage.
Oh, I rolled like shit. Like always. Like, half the time I roll good, half the time I don't.
You still have a D4 too.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah!
That would have been... Oh wait, that's not a D4. That was a D8.
Use it anyway! Don't tell Ben!
Well, my D4 was higher than that one.
Oh.
No,
Never mind. Don't listen to Randall.
You the wrong die, and then you go to a smaller one, and you end up better off. I love that.
Yeah, that's how it works. 13 to hit.
Ooh. So
just miss.
As you lunge to stab at her with your rapier, she turns and she seems to be protected by some bit of like a mage armor, like an aura. But she does turn and twist. She just.
Can I say something?
Don't ever learn, do you? Yes, go ahead.
I heard you wanted to play. Also, you do know your brother left you before, to die. I don't know why you're still helping him.
She answers, because there are things that are set in motion that are much bigger than my life and his. And she, point blank, begins opening fire with the spell Magic Missile.
Oh boy.
The thing she tried to use earlier on Randall.
Yeah.
Sorry, Randall
Navari,
didn't take that
she takes a quick magical enchantment, palm of the hand, and you see this these orbs come flying at you with this green vibrant glow, and each one strikes you, boom, 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 and you take 15 points of damage from them. From them hitting you.
Well, considering Randall's half health right now.
I am too. I am too.
From that one hit.
I am a rogue. I had 34 hit points.
You realize that as a rogue, you have 12 less hit points than me, and that's only because I took a feat.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a bigger hit die than you.
Yep. So Randall, you're on the floor. Your best friend, he's just walking out the door, doing his thing. But that red-headed witch that keeps attacking you guys and causing all sorts of mayhem, she's up on the balcony, and Navari's up there fighting her. And you saw the
you see
flashes.
Randall looking at his javelin and looking at her and looking at the guy and
checking the wind speed.
He's like, His blood tastes good too. Not bad. That's 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all.
That's 9 damage. I almost maxed it the damage.
Holy smokes.
She just takes a freaking spear from behind in the back, and she's like, "Oh!"
Yeah, so
She
it
just-
strikes her up in the left shoulder, and it actually punches through, and she plunges back, and it's actually causing her to tilt her off balance as she stumbles a few steps away from Navari. Lucan, just a
Keeps
brisk
walking.
little jog out the door and
So
out of sight.
the rest of my action, I walk over to where my net was.
Yeah.
And I pick it. You watch me pick it up, and then start feeding it into my pocket.
Okay.
That's the rest of my turn.
Like a magic trick with the magician,
Yeah.
like making the handkerchiefs
But
disappear.
it's not disappearing into a pocket. It's disappearing into a backpack pouch.
Okay, yeah. Navari, what would you like to do?
Attempt to stab her again.
Okay.
She's way too far. How high up is that balcony, by the way?
About
For
15
knowledge.
feet.
Oh, she's just in range for that net again.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, it's not like you're never gonna jump and like grab it, but you could definitely like interact, fight, with range and stuff from it.
24 to hit. I mean, unless I want to add the D4, then it's 26.
You should definitely do that.
26 to hit.
Nice.
I mean, it is your coming of age bonus.
Gotta use it while I can.
Yeah.
You only come of age once, Navari.
I think she's like 37. 38.
Hey, everybody comes of age at a different time in life. It's okay.
Do I get sneak attack?
Yes, you do. Yeah, go for it.
It sounded for a second that you said stink attack. All I could think was, well, just because you're salty about coming of age at 37, I mean, come on.
You made me lose track.
I mean, I'm good at that.
15 points of damage.
What?
Yeah.
That's for the rapier, right?
No, that was
No,
with a dagger.
Oh, that's right, because you just brought
And-
daggers.
Oh wait, I have another one.
You could hit it. You could hit her twice.
You could hit her again, yeah.
Oh no, I
For another
rolled
D-
really low. Probably not.
Come on, D4. She's a mage.
It's only a 9.
Damn.
Can I fancy footwork away though, like around the corner?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
So
so,
you- Navari,
she can't like.
Holding her
Spell?
2 daggers, jams it into the abdomen of Grisilla, twists the knife, pulls it out.
Did
Just
she just
like-
Chronicle of Riddick's her?
Sure.
You don't know that? Okay, never mind.
Not offhand, anyway. And
Yeah.
Navari takes a few steps back, and Grisilla's like grabbing the wound at her side. Don't worry, and you can see like some of the blood trickling from her mouth. It's too late for you, and all of those who would dare resist Karnath's rise to power.
As I go around the corner, can I wave again?
She's sitting there saying this as she's gripping this wound you just left, and there's a freaking javelin sticking out of her shoulder.
And Navari, just before going in the corner, is just like,
Peace.
And
I was like, Randall's ready for another hit. Let's go.
am I okay to quickly use the
She
restroom
looks-
bin? Or I can wait till after her turn.
she looks down like at the floor, sees Randall, looks over at you, and does like the last thing she can think of, and she takes her hand and gestures, and she just kind of like palm flats a fireball spell to hopefully take Navari with her. So there's a giant flash of explosion. Navari, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
How do you keep putting your dice away?
I don't know.
I'm just like, I noticed like that's like the 4th or 5th time I've noticed her grab her dice
In
case.
case I switch, 15.
So Navari rolls
I'm
out of the
also
way.
resistant to fire.
Because you're a tiefling, you're only going to take 7 total damage. Because you.
What did she roll before? Holy God.
So the damage was 29. Navari makes the save, cuts that in half to 15, rolls out of the way. Fire resistance kicks in. 7.
No, I was
Can
sorry.
I-
I was more of like, how the hell did she
Oh,
roll so
the other
high
time I
before?
broke 40.
Can
Yeah.
I peek my head around the corner and be like, I'm a tiefling? And just peek my head back.
But you see her lying on the ground.
Did she just kamikaze herself?
Yeah, she just
Definitely
nuked herself.
unconscious. Yeah, so she didn't have a cyanide pill and didn't want to talk.
Oh, is she unconscious?
She's unconscious.
I gotta
She is
help
still
her.
breathing.
Randall is gonna throw. He's gonna run up there as fast as his little dwarven legs will carry him with his net. And he's basically gonna do a medicine check on her to try and stop, like, to stabilize her.
Yeah.
I get my rope ready to tie her up.
Oh no, I'm stabilizing. I'm not bringing her back yet. I was gonna tie her up after.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, she's getting tied up. But I think I trust your knot work better than mine.
Yo, where's Vampire Boy?
Oh, you mean handsome? He left.
Did you get the sword?
Well, I wanted to, but he said he had other things he needed to take care of, and he just left.
Navari downs a health potion, sprinting toward the door.
And that's a 10 on the medicine check.
Okay, so you are able to stabilize her, and she won't come to for at least an hour.
How much does a health potion do?
Can you, Navari, before you go, can you? Damn. Okay.
How much does a health potion do?
Ashley, drink a potion. You get 8 hit points back.
8. Okay. Yeah, I'm sprinting toward the door.
You just see Randall sitting there feeding out a rope. And he's tying her up.
Yep, so Randall's working on that. Navari, you run out the door. Most of the crowd at this point has kind of dispersed. Some people are just like watching, listening, because there's like a fight going on. It's like it hasn't gotten to them. And
I point at one and be like, where? Oh, wait, go ahead. Oh, wait.
You don't see the guy you're chasing anywhere.
Can I point at one and be like, yo, where did I describe what he looks like? Go.
The person looks at you and he's like, I'm not sure who you're talking about. There have been people running and gasping and everywhere. And there's like, a few house servants are trying to calm people down, bring them drinks. Some of the various, some more than the city guard, which are on gnomes, are also there as well. Trying to make sense of the situation.
I yell at all of them to get their attention of where did they go.
Somebody made a comment in chat. I don't want him to distract. I hated that he left, but I loved watching him go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went too.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Can I speak to them all and be like his enemies?
Do you want to shout to the group? Go ahead and roll a persuasion check to see if you can get people to calm down enough and focus on you and not
with advantage
their individual pockets of what's going on.
With advantage, because I smell great though.
Your angry dwarf isn't out there with you. You do have that butterfly mask on, which was made for you.
Bewitching.
Oh yeah, that's true. She also has that perfume.
Yeah, then go ahead. I forgot
she had the perfume.
And I don't get the D4?
Mm-hmm.
You still get Yep, that's still in play for
skills and abilities. Or skills, abilities, and attacks.
And you say persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have done a performance to like a little jig to try and get their attention.
I don't need to do a performance. I just got a 23.
Well, performance and persuasion are the same thing.
I know.
Same thing.
But I'm proficient in persuasion while I'm not in performance.
Oh, well, yeah.
So the group, so you kind of shout, you get everybody's attention, and the group calms down, and one person comes forward. He says, I saw a man, but it's as if he just vanished. I
turned into bats and ran away.
I looked away and he was gone. Could that be the man you're looking for? He had a sword. I assumed he was somebody who was one of the guards, one of the ones to protect us from ruffians and scofflaws and things like that.
He's really lucky Randall's not out there, because he'd be berating a man like that. Like, do you not know what your own city guard look like?
That's what Navari's trying not to say.
Yeah, Navari's got a filter. Randall ain't got a filter for people like that. Especially rich folk who should know better.
Where was he, and what's the closest way out from where he was?
Well, he walked out the door, and I don't remember seeing him much after that. I do remember some bright flashes coming from the building, from the windows, and shouts, and it sounded quite dangerous.
Or kind of bloody right now, probably, and singed.
Yeah, you actually probably, definitely show some
bloody, singed, some bruising in some spots, but hey, at least all the wounds are closed.
Just trying real hard not to get angry.
You should roll a 1d100 and see if you get angry.
Okay, here.
Yeah, leave that crap up to the dice. We leave everything else up to them.
D100. I never use it. That's this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Pick a percentage above or below.
Oh, I rolled an 80.
How about this? Say high or low, Navari.
High.
You don't get angry.
Oh, okay. Holding it.
You maintain your composure.
Just breathes in and breathes out. And walks back into the ballroom and just yells Randall at the top of her lungs.
Do I hear that inside the ballroom?
Yes.
Have I finished my knots on her?
Yes.
Okay, I grab her by the ropes that I like. So basically, the way I look at it is I cut lengths of a 50-foot rope.
Yeah.
To wrap one across her chest, one
Sure.
across her hands in front of her body, so that her hands are palms together.
Okay.
And they can't move. I wrapped one ball gag around her mouth so she can't speak. I say ball gag, it's a rope gag. It's basically just around her mouth.
Because I'm thinking to myself,
yeah,
why does he have that?
Don't question Randall's things that he enjoys, okay? It's not important right now. Anyway. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Randall then wraps one around her feet, like her ankles.
Please describing this. I'm going to use the restroom.
So that she's basically completely secure. So I basically cut a 10-foot length of rope into 5 equal parts of 10 lengths, 10-foot lengths.
Yeah.
And then I grab I grab her by where I've got the one around her chest, and I tie another one around that, the last length of rope, and I just start dragging, and I come down as I hear her. Randall is not a nice man when people.
This poor woman, bump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if at any point I feel like she might be like losing losing it.
Yeah.
I'll literally lay on hands to bring her back to save her.
Yeah, that sounds like something like an evil paladin would be doing.
No,
like
it's a paladin. It's more of what a paladin of devotion would do, who's a person who has acted against your beliefs.
Fair enough.
Yeah, she has done enough at this. Like before, it was like that's why he let her alone. Like he would have finished her off, but it was like, no, she's not really bad. She's just following this, and then she came back with him, and it was like, no, you had your chance. You came back.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So that's what it is. That's more of what Randall's thinking is that I gave you a chance to come clean. You had a chance to separate yourself from your brother, and you stuck with him, and you came back and then said in the pleasures of Karnath, and I hate Karnath. I'm like, let's go. So I'm not necessarily torturing her, but I'm not giving her any comforts either.
Sure.
That's the mindset, but I'm not also gonna freaking So I'm just dragging her behind me as I come out to Navari and be like, what's up?
I'm back.
So you come back to me walking out of the ballroom, dragging what was her name? Priscilla? Grisilla behind me, all tied up. She's got a rope through her mouth.
I walked into the ballroom too.
Oh, you did that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Then you
just saw yelling.
Randall.
But you still had to go down the stairs with her.
You just see Randall dragging Grisilla to you. And she's got like 4 different tie-up points on her body, and he's got one length of 10-foot rope that he used to tie and drag her behind him.
You see a very angry looking Navari.
What's wrong?
You let
Where'd
him
Pretty Boy
go?
He was so nice to me. I mean, he did give me this, but it's gonna be a beautiful scar later. Out of curiosity, shouldn't I have had advantage on that charm check? Because he was in combat with me?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, he was just so beautiful and bewitching, and the next day I was like, I've got other problems to deal with besides you, and I turned on her.
He had the sword you wanted.
I know, but he seemed like he was so good, and he was going to turn a good. It felt like he was going to turn a new leaf, Navari. By the way, how much time has passed since he did that? Like, since tying up her, going outside, doing that, me dragging her down?
Like 10 minutes. The problem is that it's not the spell.
Oh, it's an effect.
It's a vampire thing.
So what Randall doesn't realize is that unless some reason Lucan attacks you, you're charmed by him for 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed great
He's
to
a
me.
cool guy.
He was great, and I didn't have any problems with him at that moment. He's just a really cool
guy.
And I let him go, and I felt like dealing with his sister.
He literally held a sword to my throat.
I mean, he had to have his reasons.
I agree with that statement.
I'm not talking to you, random person in the ballroom.
It's Phelan.
By the way,
is it Phelan?
Phelan, who would have been the first one out that door, even with
absolutely.
So
it would have been. It would have been like, like George
we...
Costanza when he knocks the grandma out of the way. That's Phelan.
So it wasn't Phelan then?
Why don't we
okay.
No. Why don't we go talk to
I
Naya,
have words
though?
for Phelan too.
I mean, he did leave and not say anything again.
He, kind of like how you left the vampire with your relic sword to leave and not say anything.
Again! I can't explain it. There's a feeling over me that says that he is a good sort and he's going to return it to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Navari,
he said contradicting things, but I swear he's going to return it to the temple.
Navari walks to the closest wine glass and just chugs it. Just leaves.
Naya, are you about? And you just see Randall shouting for Naya, if she's still about, or her agents.
So after, like a minute of, you guys, you're having your discussion, you grab another drink, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this just happened. Naya and a few not glossy-eyed agents of hers come in. She was able to go get help. And
do you know where the vampire went? I say to her as she walks in.
I have a very good idea.
Okay, good, because this guy here just let him go.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She shakes her head like, I don't, like she just has a, listen, he's an old friend, and I didn't know there was something wrong with him until I'd already helped him.
Wait, how did you help him? I mean, he is a good friend, so I understand wanting to, but... Yeah, Randall, this is going to go on. As long as the spell is in effect, it's going to go on. I'm going to...
Randall, I am going to...
You look a little beat up. Are you all right, Navari? Randall walks over to Navari and makes a quick appraisal. I'm going to use a medicine check to make an appraisal of basically how hurt she is.
Oh, it's bad.
Well, no, but I'm trying to basically gauge how much hit points she needs.
Yeah,
cover.
I need 14.
14. Randall dumps 14 hit points into Navari with lay on hands.
So Naya looks at you, and she says, so I didn't realize what was going on with him, and I have other contacts. You see, I made arrangements for him to, get away on an airship called the Cloud's Destiny. It's scheduled to leave very shortly tonight.
Can you I don't want to leave. I want to see him again. Can you, is there a way to hold the port authority so that they can't leave?
I don't have that authority in this
Can
city.
you send people to damage the airship so it can't leave?
That would be a
get her in jail.
catastrophic mistake to do, seeing as that House Larander operates independently of the nations, and we currently have very good relationship with them. I can't do anything to damage it. We have to. All I can do is tell you it's at the docking station, and if you want to catch that ship, well, you must hurry. You might be able to bribe your way on board. You might be able to, but
no, Lady Naya. What I'm curious about is whether I understand that you don't have that authority, but maybe you know the person that does, and you can convince them. Time is of the essence.
I cannot stop that ship.
Do I know there's something wrong with Randall?
I feel like you would have realized that probably like 5 to 15 minutes ago.
You know that he is, because like you've
I'm
been
not
around
a
magic,
nice dwarf,
and you've been around people who have been charmed, because when you need to interrogate somebody, it's the easiest way to do it. So you've seen this. You know he's under a charm compulsion.
And I look at her and be like, before anything gets done, can you fix him?
What's wrong with me? I'm fine. He didn't do anything to me. He just looked at me longingly, and I loved him after that, and it was magical.
I might be able to find somebody, but we have to move very quickly. My agents will take care of the mess here. Follow me.
Okay.
But nothing's wrong with you. Just see Randall trailing behind and going, nothing's wrong with me. I don't understand. What's wrong with these women?
She takes you to, so Naya and Navari, they continue to have like their conversation. They take you to off these premises to a more guarded facility. She starts making all sorts of noise. She grabs like like a candlestick, and she starts slamming against a wall, so it's like echoing, boom, 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 boom. Wake up, wake up, wake up! And this kind of elderly gnome begins approaching, and he's like groggy, and he's in a nightcap, and he's in a gown, and he's like, oh, whatever is going on, it better be good. I was having the most pleasant dreams. I don't even know what time it is. It's early in the morning.
I am so sorry, good gnome. You should go back to sleep. Nothing's wrong here. I don't know what these ladies are on about.
And as you're trying to ramble, Naya says, I need you to dispel a magical compulsion on my friend here.
I mean, I haven't been compulsed at all.
I look at Randall and I'm like, Vampire Boy wasn't charming.
He's so charming.
Says you.
It's alarming.
I thought he was magical.
He's so charming.
I'm pretty sure you've.
I don't think that anybody can charm me.
He wasn't even that good of a dancer.
Well, now I know that's not true. He was so light on his feet when he walked away from me.
The gnome says, you're going to owe me for this. And he takes like a quick moment, spends his action casting Dispel Magic. And Randall, you immediately kind of come to your senses and kind of like, because you remember what you did.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You have this like conflicting thought, like, why was...
Randall like throwing a tantrum in the street, like, I swear I'm going to wring his bloody neck. And he looks over at the gnome. You see his face like flushed with red, but he's trying to calm himself, and he hands the gnome like 20 gold and says, thank you, good gnome. I've come to my senses. Navari.
You might want to heal yourself, Randall, first.
Do it on the way. Let's go.
And so Naya, is like talking to you guys for a little bit of it. She says, listen, I cannot help you. I cannot go with you to the docks, but you are going to have to go very quickly. That ship, I know, is headed towards Korth, which is in the nation of Karnath. That appears to be where he's trying to deliver the sword to. Now, I didn't realize what the object was that he had. All I knew is that when he sent me a message, he said he needed help getting back to Karnath, and I said, fine, because you're an old friend. I hadn't realized the just overwhelmingly regard for what was happening. And don't worry, my guards will be able to take care of his sister and imprison her. Thank you for keeping her from casting any more spells. If there is anything else I can do for you, please just, when you are back nearby, ask for my assistance. I would greatly appreciate it. And she hands you a token, which is like her household favor, specifically her family. And she says, just present this at the door to the Enclave, and we will know that you're all right to be assisted.
By the way, I just had a mental image of the fact that the entire time we walked to this gnome's house or hurried to this gnome's house, Randall was dragging Priscilla behind him on this rope leash. And my joy just went through the roof.
Oh my god.
Because you would have seen Town Guard looking at Naya leading this dwarf and
oh yeah, people just in the street, like,
what?
Double takes and stuff like that. Like, what's going on here? This isn't
like,
right.
Could you imagine if it wasn't for Naya, the amount of commotion that would have been raised? Anyway, Randall looks to Naya after all that. Navari, did you take the coin then? Do you want to hold on to it?
Sure. So it's a token for
house. We're asking.
I'm
Ben
putting
now.
Naya. I'm putting Naya. Token for Naya.
Yeah, it's specifically to her family.
Orkel. The Orkel family, right?
Yep.
So the token to House Orkel.
Mm-hmm.
Randall looks to Naya before running off with Navari and says, make sure she stays alive. No harm comes to the lass. Despite her incessant rage and insanity, I will be back, and we're going to have some words.
And I'm going to have some words for Phelan.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'll stick around in this town while we're not around.
Well, if we don't leave on the ship.
I was going to say, are you guys going to like leave him a note? Are you going to look for him? Are you going to talk to him? Or you're just going?
So the question is, how much time does it feel like how much time does she state we had?
30 minutes.
Before
like
it
30
leaves?
Minutes?
Before they're scheduled to leave.
Do we have enough time to run back and grab our things before heading?
I want my rapier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I need my hammer. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's grab
you can definitely do that. Obviously, it's however this goes, it's going to be cutting it close to the wire. But you will be able to get your belongings. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll grab our things, and I will
there?
on the way leave a note saying, chasing him on airship. Basically, it's going to be cut and dry. On airship, return to home port, essentially, or hometown.
Okay.
And that's the message I leave for him in our room that we're sharing that I hated up until this moment.
Yep. And he's not there, of course.
Navari also leaves a note that says, I need to talk to you, Navari. Making it sound nice, but reality it's not gonna be nice.
Okay. All right. So as you guys make your way through the city to the docking tower, this is probably the tallest structure in. This is the tallest structure in the city of Trollenport. You guys can see that it's lit up very well with ever bright lanterns, and you can actually see the elemental that wraps around the vessel lighting up in power, so it's engulfing it in flames, but in a controlled fire that circles the entire ship to keep kind of everything like going well in order and stuff. You guys work your way into the tower and run up to it to where you are on the docking berth. You can see gnome dock workers coiling up the lines that hold the massive House Lorender airship, the Cloud's Destiny. A single game plank connects the airship to the berth's platform. The airship looks like it's just about ready to depart when a few of the gnomes standing among the cargo crates that fill the berth between you and the airship. They ready their weapons and move to block your path.
Do we have the guards, like the people that Naya sent with us, to clear our path, or no?
No, It's just you guys. She wouldn't. So the thing is like she
Do
couldn't
I
send
see
anybody with because like
with you?
this
Yeah.
is like this is politics. You guys,
Do-
you know. So this
do
moment
we-
you're on your own.
Are their
Do
eyes
we-
glossed over?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, is their eyes glazed over?
Yes.
We could avoid them and fight them on the ship.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't want to spill innocent blood. Let's
Yeah.
bull through.
To the ship.
All right, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, there we go. Randall's back to his old self.
Oh, me
The die is
too.
finally rolling worse.
Me too.
What'd you get, Randall?
5.
Okay, Navari.
9.
Holy God! Would you roll a 1?
Right, I was just thinking that. It's like
It was a 2.
9. So she still goes before half the people would anyway. So the 5 guards, the 5 gnomes, these guys don't appear to like they have blades at their sides, except they don't appear to be drawing them. They are approaching you guys, kind of like real tough looking. These guys are dock workers, so I mean at the same
They look
time,
like thugs essentially right now.
yeah, they're a little bit in there, and that's how they're acting, right? So they're cracking necks and they're like the toughest one of the like the leader of the bunch like approaches like, listen, can't let you through. Orders
From.
came from up on high. I cannot let you pass and board this ship.
You're a terrible liar.
Randall's got his response ready for when it's his turn.
So Navari, what would you like to do?
Yell you're a terrible liar and run. Or like around them to the ship.
So because you have to like get okay. So you're gonna run like through the pack of them?
No, because I
Or-
don't want all them attacks of opportunity.
Disengage and then 60 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Navari, I'm gonna have you roll an acrobatics check because there's good. So the path you're gonna take is gonna have like stuff in the way, right? So I'm gonna like
okay.
see how much of that you can. Well, if it slows your progress.
How many are standing before us right now, Ben?
There are 5 of them.
22 for acrobatics.
It's like the whole lollipop guild. Oh yeah.
Are they-
So Navari like dodges the first guy, does like a parkour handspring jump over a crate, and she is on the other side of the crates and boxes and stuff right in front of the gangplank. And there's still some dock workers, doing their thing, but this ship is getting ready to go. So it's very close to time to leave. Randall, what would you like to do?
Couple of things. First of all, he speaks to the gnomes and says, I've been there, friend. I know the trick. It's not real. As he's about to bull rush, and then he looks at Navari and goes, very elegant. I'm not nearly that elegant. And you just see him just bull rush through. Like 50
So
feet
you're
of-
just like bowling ball these guys.
In time, you might be.
Strength athletics.
I'm gonna
Okay.
train Randall to actually be Randall the Agile one day.
Oh, jeez.
23.
So the gnomes are not very tall. They
Neither is
physically-
Randall.
It's just like this. It's like a rugby scrum, but like the 5 of them are trying to detain Randall.
What's
And
the
you-
tallest gnome's height? Just give me that.
4'1". No, not
Okay.
even. Not
I was
even
about-
4. Like
Yeah, because
3'11".
Randall's top height is 4'4",
Okay, so you're taller than them, but
by like a little
you
over
just,
a foot.
you just get low and start pushing and shoving. You knock 2 of them to the ground. The others are just like you're clearing the path. One guy is like on your leg, and you're just like
Dragging it.
Yep. just dragging him through. And like you can't go up there.
I'd like to see you stop me. He looks up at Navari and goes, I made it.
And so you guys are both in front of the gangplank. The 5 gnomes are on the opposite side of you.
Well,
And they're
except
like-
for the one that's tied to
This
my
is the
leg
one that's
apparently.
attacked your leg. Yeah, and then they're like, all right, we didn't want to have to do this. And they begin to draw weapons.
What do they have? Stone shovels and hammers.
It's like an array of tools. There's like
Yeah.
a couple like heavy wrenches. One guy has a mallet. Somebody else is wrapping a chain around his hand.
Yeah, I'm just picturing dock workers, and they're like all using improvised weapons. They're pulling out crap that doesn't make any sense, and it's like, and they're looking at Navari and Randall. Randall's got his big mallet still strapped to his back.
I have this nice rapier that's also silver
and this fine crafted leather armor, and it's like, you really don't want to be doing this, friend.
And the guy who is like holding onto your leg, he gets up and rolls away off to the side just a little bit, and he pulls out a small knife from his boot, and he's like holding it up, like, all right, I told you we didn't want to have to do this.
We just get on the other side of the game and remove the game.
I'm picturing this too.
And the whole time. High. I mean, you're like 70 feet in the air, so if somebody falls, it's bad.
You're dead.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm picturing this. Is it's like the whole time they're doing this, they're behind me and Navari, because me and Navari are facing the gangplank.
Yeah.
And we're looking over our shoulders and looking at each other like, let's go. Just ignoring these guys, because they're like, if it was like a town guard that he had hired or charmed, it would be different. But it's like, you got dock workers, man. These are glorified commoners.
That's how you know that he's desperate, yo.
I mean, are gnomes. I mean, they're
which means they can cast a minor illusion.
A couple of them have like some tattoos, like a big gnarly like eagle and stuff.
I'm not saying they can't be strong. Yeah.
I like to think we can easily punt them by kicking them off the side.
Which is funny because
it's like, oh my god, no. Bonk, this is so stupid, bonk.
Like, unconscious. Let's go.
All right,
He's
Navari,
not going to do that. He's just going to keep going.
It's your turn. What would you like to do?
I want to get on the ship, yo.
Yeah.
You're just going to walk on?
Yeah.
All right, so you get up there, and a half-elven man is standing there, and he's like, hey! Stop right there, miss. What are you doing trying to come aboard my ship?
I'm trying to get passage, and I hold out 20 platinum.
Oh,
shit.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Holy god. Well, Randall has been blowing his platinum on other things, so I guess it stands to reason it's her turn.
You said persuasion?
Yes, I did.
17.
Well then, welcome aboard, Miss Smith.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll find quarters for you soon enough.
Thank you. Also, your buddies down there are being a bit rude to my friend.
You gestured. Yeah, I was like, do you gesture that was for both of us? And
yeah,
not just
it was
one?
for both of us.
Well, might need just a little more.
I've got that. I figured this wasn't going to go over that smoothly, but
I was just trying to get him to take care of the gnomes too.
I straight up expected you to flash the token of Naya or Kel.
Well, this isn't her house.
No, but they're good relations, and they wouldn't want to ruin those relations with her.
Oh.
That which Ben made a point to say before we got here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, remember, you flash that, and then trouble happens because of you guys.
Yeah, then it looks bad on the house.
Yep.
Randall doesn't think that far ahead.
That's okay. So Randall, what are you gonna do right now?
I'll be right back.
I look at the door or the gnomes and I go, I'm sorry, fellas. I've been there. I understand the compulsion to want to defend that man that's on the ship here. But you're not stopping me. And he walks across the gangplank. He drags the gangplank up. And then he looks at the guy that's holding him up. Presumably, they're the first mate or the captain of the ship. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And says, name's Randall the Agile. What's yours, mate?
He has a name. I have it written.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's why I'm asking. And the other part of D&D is now being presented for all to see. Watching the DM flounder for a name that he created. The most natural state the DM will be found in, actually. I can speak from experience in this, by the way. Oh, by the way, somebody said in the chat, made a comment that said, Charmed Randall doesn't need to be freed. As well as, you weren't there. You didn't feel the love tonight.
His name is Carson Iron Smile.
Carson Iron Smile. So Iron Smile, one word?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's a half elf?
Yes. Might be like a nickname kind of thing, the Iron Smile, but he says yes.
Why do you say a nickname?
Because he's kind of like a pirate, it's got the little flashiness.
Oh, okay.
So like, you might have like a persona kind of thing. So he introduces, he says, I am Captain Carson Iron Smile of the Cloud's Destiny. Welcome aboard, Randall. I hope you enjoy your trip. Just so you know, it's hopefully going to be very uneventful and relaxing. Don't stand too close to the edge, mind you.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Going to be a long time before you'd hit the ground.
I'll be in the hull or wherever my room is. You won't see me for the rest of the journey.
We will find you a comfortable and safe place, Master Dwarf.
Carson, I've got a question for you. This is going to be my action, my move, basically the rest of my turn. I've got a question for you. Now, I understand that we're paying for passage onto this vessel. You might have a suspicious fellow on your ship, which is why your dock workers over there are acting so fishy.
Well, they don't actually work for me. They work
for
the port.
I get it. But my point is, how much coin would it cost you to hold your stay here for but a bit longer so that we might drag said individual off this vessel?
Well, we haven't had any other passengers.
Really? No one else
I have a schedule to keep. I have to get
I absolutely understand that you're a man of honor, you have your timetables, and you have to maintain. My problem is here. The man you have on your ship, or I don't know if he got on without you seeing him, but he secured passage here. His name was Lucan.
Probably using a fake name.
And he might have used a fake name to get on here, but he's also a vampire. And you don't want his sort on your ship while you're out at the proverbial sea.
Well, you say a vampire is on my ship. I have a schedule to keep. I have a lot of people who are depending on me to bring goods. I am picking up more passengers at our next stop.
I have a 20 platinum that says you can hold for a button. 20 platinum says that you can stay for an extra 10 minutes and allow us the time to at least search the vessel and get this man off of your ship.
Well,
if nothing else,
Randall, go ahead and roll a persuasion check because you are offering to bribe him.
I was gonna try and help too.
Yeah, I will allow Navari's assistants to give you advantage because she did pay him as well, and she's like,
15.
I could give you 5 extra minutes from.
I mean, look at the bright side. You're coming out of this richer. You're gonna have us as passengers because of this. If you have to leave, you have to leave. But we want to at least try and secure so that no one dies on this voyage that you've got set.
You don't want the vampire drinking the blood of your passengers. I hear that gives bad reviews.
So Randall and
Navar, if you believe in vampires and that sort of thing, I've never met one myself.
He looks at him. Does this
quite old?
This man looks like he's compared to some maybe.
Wait, what? Sorry, what was said?
He said he's quite old compared to you.
How old does he look like?
Well, he's an elf.
So he's a half elf, so I mean, like, his lifespan is tremendously longer than any of yours. Well, not so much Randall's, but Navari,
yeah, he's like he can live up to be like 200 years.
Oh yeah,
I'm old for my age or for my race. Okay, yeah. I don't need to hear it.
Randall looks to him and hands him the 20 platinum to secure the passage for the 5 minutes, and then says, do you have any particular storage facilities or rooms that were purchased by House Orkel on this vessel? Or have you brought any suspicious items like maybe a coffin on board?
Coffin? No, not in any of the inventory
that you know of.
Yeah, not.
He must have secured it.
Coffin.
Okay, so yeah, Randall is going to immediately cast his last divine sense for the day, which gives him a 60-foot radius bubble.
Yep.
Until the end of his next turn.
Yep.
That he can walk the ship and sense undead, evil, fiend, celestials.
Don't walk the ship, run the ship.
Well, you know what I mean.
You have enough time. You'd be able to walk the whole length of it in that time. Yeah. And unfortunately, with that bubble, even though it would encompass basically the entire ship,
yeah,
you don't pick up anything.
I come back to Navari, and this has only been literally like 6 seconds. I walk back to Navari. I don't think he's here.
Did the chick play us?
Did Naya play us? Did she seem possessed like I was?
Did Naya seem possessed like...
Not at all.
I mean, she's the reason that I'm no longer possessed by him.
But if he's not here...
He might not be here yet.
How...
I look to... How much time do we have until...
the captain.
Because Carson said that they gave us extra 5 minutes. How much actual time was left before they were going to deploy... to set off?
The gnomes were already possessed.
Like you guys, they were casting off. From when you got
Pretty
there,
much.
You had under a minute to get on the ship.
Okay.
So you guys have literally, you were literally in that 5
minutes. He looks to
now.
Carson, clasps him on the shoulder, and says, "Set off, friend. Apparently the evil isn't here." And then I look to Navari and I whisper to her, "Something's off. He's evading my magics."
And on that note, we're gonna stop for tonight.
Damn.
No.
Well, it's just a really good, because it's just a really good transitional point as you guys got onto the ship. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you to everybody who took time out of their night and joined us this evening. I really appreciate seeing chat so active and stuff. I'm just going through some of it now. Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty great tonight.
So I'm very happy to see that. And it's also nice that it's not gotten, we're still at that point where we can actually, if there is a pause, we can still, process that there's messages. Because but no, thank you all for tuning in and watching. I hope you guys had a great time. I always have a great time DMing and playing Dungeons & Dragons in front of you guys. It's absolutely been fantastic. We are also really excited. Like I said earlier, we broke a little bit of a threshold at 50 followers. We're at 51 officially, and we've got 100 subscribers last I checked earlier today over on YouTube, which is absolutely fantastic. And tonight we got some serious action, and next week we are very excited because these guys are going to be on an airship, and you'll get to see some of the really cool stuff that comes with working at a game store that you can just go to the shelf and borrow whatever you need.
I can't believe you stopped me from talking to Phelan.
I will say this. Tonight was my favorite by far in terms of our game sessions, purely for the roleplay aspect of what happened tonight. Purely for the roleplay, because role-playing being charmed, I've seen people do it, and I always questioned how they've done it, and I felt like I really that was.
I was gonna say anything on camera. I loved it. That was so fun.
We're still on,
especially because these guys do not. They don't know what's coming. They don't. This is all improv. That's one of the fun things about D&D is that is when you get people who want to in a sense play along with what's happening. So very appreciative of that. Just want to say, as always, before I sign off for the night, again, thank you all for watching. If you have a local game store, do your best to show it some support right now. In our state, New York especially, things haven't been open as heavily. It was a phased transition to get us back to where we could open our doors and allow customers to come inside. So if you have People who have birthdays coming up, if you want to get somebody a present, get them a gift card. Buy some dice. Even those little things, all those little things. Tell people about your favorite game store, even if you can't go sit down and play. Show them some support right now, because your local game stores employ people who live in your neighborhoods, live in your cities, live in your towns, and we spend that money locally. Like I go to a diner near me and I pick up lunch just about every day, many times a week. So it's at our store we have 9 people employed. I know other stores in the area, and it's not just game stores. I mean, it's like small businesses in general, because when we were closed, in different states, different reasons, places like Amazon warehouse places were still shipping things out. They were still being able to, make money and succeed. So if at all possible, as I, just want to reiterate, do business with your local businesses, your mom and pop shops, your small game stores. If they have an online sale, if they do, like, we are offering curbside pickup at our shop. So if that's something, because you don't want to get out of your car, because I understand it, we're in a time of, it's kind of frightening. So
I'd like to add too, Ben, that as
yes,
somebody who shops at local game stores, guys, I will tell you that nothing beats the experience of being able to interact with people of like minds at your game store. So supporting those game stores so that they can continue to exist is huge.
Mhm.
It's huge. And I understand that right now COVID-19 makes it so that we can't interact with one another. But that said, supporting the business in whatever way you can until we can lift this veil of uncertainty and allow ourselves to go back to these stores, to be able to back to gaming with friends at stores and stuff, is huge. You always support your local if you can.
hmm yeah. If you have cons in your area, I will say, like, as we not only go as a vendor, but we bring board games. I was planning on doing a few panels. Obviously cons got canceled, but they will come back. Your local game stores participate in a lot of those and help out with those things. So anybody who's watching this at the later date, it's like, just said, just help your local game store, even if it's something small. It goes so far, and it's, for me, I love it, because like I know almost all of my customers. I love talking to them. I love hearing people's stories. People come in and ask me for advice about D&D and role-playing games. Or they're like, hey, have you ever played this board game? I'm like, oh yeah, I got a demo copy of it, and I can show it to you right now. I can show you what comes in the box in person. And that's the other thing, is like getting to have those geeky conversations too. Like when we're like, we discuss like Star Wars. Like, Ben, are you a Jedi or a Sith? By the way, I'm a Sith all day, purely driven by emotions. Just gonna throw that out there.
I'm personally on Team Bounty Hunter.
Same. I like Jedis and all, but bounty hunters can have the midichlorians just as much as the freaking
They
Jedi.
absolutely can, absolutely. But yeah, those are the fun things that you get to talk about that you don't get to talk about. Like when you go on Amazon, you're like, oh, that game looks interesting. Point, click, put it in the cart, ships to you.
Being able to play
miss
a
out
game
on that
is nice.
experience. And I know, like, all of our gaming store, all of the game stores across this country want to still be there. Like, we get into this kind of work because we're passionate. But on that note, everybody, please have a great night. Be safe. And if you want to hang out with me tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I will be doing, starting a weekly hobby stream as well, where I'm just going to hang out, paint some miniatures. Lately, I've been working on stuff for BattleTech, which, if you're not super familiar with, I'm happy to talk about. I may also, tomorrow, I might actually be painting a Dungeons and Dragons mini.
What time is that happening, Ben?
He said
That
8 o'clock.
starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's on our schedule, and please, share the love, tell people about the stream, hit that follow button so you go notified whenever we go live, and also, look for future content. We have other people who work here, and we're working on getting different programming for each individual's like niche interest in gaming. So everybody out there, just be kind to one another. Please be safe. Wear your mask in public, and have a good night.